In about 1986, Sam McBride of Aerostar, Gale Gough of Aerostar West, and Rich Breen, who was a machinist based in Southern California, made the California Cobra. And they didn't make very many California Cobras, and production probably started and stopped in 1986. But or later used Breen's fixture, or even possibly the frames from the Cobra along with the rail, on some of the early version Commandos, the WGP War Game Products Commandos that he made. This California Cobra came from Mike Grizzly Grubb of Gramps and Grizzlies. He had received it from I think he said WGP employee who brought it in and sold it to him. And the employee told him that it was a prototype for the WGP Commando, which isn't entirely true, but also isn't entirely false either, because like I said, Bud did use some of the parts on the Commando. But this isn't a Commando, it's a California Cobra, and you can see that it actually has like a blue anodized finish on it. It's also a massive gun. It's pretty heavy. My arm's getting kind of worn out, but it can be either rock forward or rock back, I believe, by changing the position of this center feed block. And you can see there's a 12 gram in the bottom of the lower tube, and uses a Crossman style piercer. It uses kind of smaller than standard Nelson grips. It has a feed plug in the back. You could put that feed plug in the front. You can see your barrel is on the bottom tube, and you have another feed tube on the front right there. You have this knurled pump handle, which is pretty cool. You can see your internals inside of there. You can also see one thing that I hadn't really realized before is this rail and frame combination is actually the exact rail and frame combination used on the WGP Commando. On some of the early ones, they actually use this tall rail right here. Obviously, same grips, no bottom line holes. This California Cobra doesn't have any engraving. This is the only one I've seen without engraving, but you know, they're so kind of hard to find that it's not really that surprising that it doesn't. You know, there's probably some others that don't either. Some of them also might have this anodizing finish underneath the powder coat, and it doesn't have any sights on the top. They usually have sights. They usually have a front sight and a back sight, but no sights on the top, no stamping on the side, no serial numbers. Pretty cool. Also, the trigger, I think, is a little different than some of the other ones. If we look at it, it's a little sharp. It's not really finished that well. You can see that blue finish also kind of dinged up from years and years. Like I said, 1986, almost as old as I am. Pretty cool, though. Pretty neat. I haven't shot this one. I did shoot another one. I have a video shooting another one on YouTube. So if you want to see that, check it out. And maybe I'll shoot this one someday. I think it would probably shoot if I just replaced the Crossman piercer seal. So California Cobra 1986.